Zyzz, the legacy and the lessons. It has been more than a decade since the death of 𝐒𝐭𝐨𝐫𝐲, more commonly known as Zyzz. The Russian-Australian fitness sensation exploded into the lives of many through his motivational outlook on life and impressive body transformation. Zyzz suffered a heart attack and died on the 5th of August 2011, at age 22 while on holiday in Thailand. It is crazy to think of the impact he had and the legacy he left at such a young age, all through the power of the internet. Zyzz moved to Australia with his family as a child in 1993. Zyzz was described as a skinny kid growing up, and his body reflected that of a typical ectomorph. Inspired by his brother who was making significant body transformational gains, he joined the gym after completing school and immersed himself into the world of training and dieting. He reportedly spent 3 to 4 hours a day training in the early days, whilst aspiring to achieve a classic physique that resembled the likes of Arnold Schwarzenegger or Frank Zane. Like many, Zyzz stated his initial motivation to improve his physique was to get more attention from girls. But his motivation soon changed to more of an internal battle as time progressed. In an interview with Simply Shredded, he claimed, "My motivation is derived from the feeling of having set goals and achieving them, and outdoing myself in the gym." He went from being entirely motivated by ego to being focused on mastery and individual progress. Zyzz was one of the first real icons to ride the wave of the fitness internet revolution. Since his death, many have followed his path and claimed him to be the major source of inspiration. He was building a small empire before he died. He created his own protein label, Protein of the Gods, released his own clothing line, and produced an ebook titled Zyzz Bodybuilding Bible. You get the sense that in 2011, he was only just getting started. And as social media continued to rise, he would naturally rise with it. Zyzz became more than just a person. Zyzz was a brand and a way of life. Of course, many criticized Zyzz in the past for his claims that his physique was natural. There has been much controversy over his potential steroid abuse, and a simple Google search will enlighten you with all you need on this matter. The transformation of Zyzz. The story of Zyzz is an inspirational one. He started out as a shy, skinny teenager wanting to change his identity to become more fulfilled, not only physically, but also within life itself. From the outside, it seemed getting girls and vanity were his main driving forces which drove the transformation. I don't think there's any shame in this, to be honest. It's better to understand and nurture your motivations than not to have any motivation at all. It's quite clear that his physical transformation seemed to go hand in hand with his transformation as a person. The bigger and more ripped he got, the more confidence it gave him. Body transformation is the best form of self-development. To transform your body in this way, it teaches you certain characteristics, such as consistency, patience, and hard work. Zyzz must have had these in abundance, along with a strong underlying motivation to change and become a bigger person than he really was. The identity Zyzz created. It's obvious that Zyzz liked attention and would actively seek it out wherever he was. YouTube footage proves this through his self-centered webcam sessions, where he would get on a webcam to random strangers in a chat room, and just take his top off and start tensing his muscles. The reaction from those watching was probably something he craved, and what gave him a buzz. He spent a lot of time at festivals with his crew. His dance moves, physique, and demeanor would ensure he got plenty of attention. Even in the gym, you got a sense that he wanted attention. YouTube footage shows him regularly taking his top off and just generally building a scene around himself. Even in his own words, Zyzz was not a real person. Zyzz was a fictional character that a 𝐒𝐭𝐨𝐫𝐲 version created for himself. He's seen in one video saying, "Everyone's got a little bit of Zyzz in them." It appears Zyzz is an alter ego, which acted as the vehicle to allow the real 𝐒𝐭𝐨𝐫𝐲 version to live out his fantasy life. Maybe this is something we can all learn from. Zyzz represents a life of progression and reinvention. He was a master of pushing the limits of his own potential both mentally and physically. Many of us can learn from this relentless nature to keep setting the bar higher and higher and put in the work to reach these new levels we once thought impossible. Whilst the cloud of potential steroid use will always hang over the Zyzz legacy, I think we still need to appreciate the efforts required to achieve this physique. Love him or hate him, there is something we can all learn from Zyzz. In the words of the man himself, everyone's got a little bit of Zyzz in them. Zyzz is more than just a person. Zyzz is a way of life. Thanks for inspiring, Zyzz.